Alright, yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and people will often point to my certain Magikarp catching videos, talking about how like it's a really good beginning money-making guide, and complain about how that ruined the Magikarp economy. And to be honest, I think they're actually super correct. That video in the Magikarp economy has honestly never really recovered from kind of me making that video and explaining how free it is and how good it is for new players, especially in the Safari Zone. It's just really nice to be able to pay 500 Pokeyen for 30 balls essentially and 30 Magikarp. It's really efficient, especially from a from scratch method. Now, over time, that method has become less and less good and less relevant because of how many people are doing it, because of how cheap Magikarp have become. But what we're going to be doing today, this is totally unscripted, totally unplanned. I have no idea if how much money I'll be able to make, but I'm sure I'll be able to make some. I'm going to be essentially abusing that fact and just, Pokemon economy, everything revolves around each other. So if Magikarps are really cheap to buy as IVs and everything, you can take them and breed them and make more profit. So I'm going to be showing you how we're going to be doing that today. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and search up a 2x31 Magikarp. You could actually do it. I'm going to search for the Dragon Egg group. That's the most important egg group that the Magikarp are in, is the Dragon Egg group. They are in the Water C or Water B, I think, as well. Water B, I think. Yeah, Water B as well. But Dragon's the more important egg group because obviously Dragon Pokemon are really usually quite good. Garchomp's and Dragon, Hydreigon, all the good dragons of Pokemon, right? But pretty casual style video. Let's go ahead and look at it. So we can grab this Magikarp 2x31 for 32k. That's pretty cheap. We're also going to want to make sure that we turn our breeders into males when we do breed them for profit. So let's look up a 3x31. So this is 106k minimum. So if we were to buy this, 2x31 and then buy another 2x31 for a similar-ish price, let's say we can buy two of them for 35k a piece. That's overestimating for this. That'd be 35 plus 35. What is that? 70k plus the 20k for the braces, 90k or so, plus the 5k for the breed. We're only making around 10k profit, I'd say. 10k profit for Magikarp, but that's pretty good if you can do them really efficiently and breed a lot in a short amount of time. It'd be really interesting to see how much Pokeyen you can make per hour doing this, but today we're just going to focus on a couple breeds and see how much Pokeyen I can make in a really short amount of time. So let's just go ahead and try this. Let's go ahead and buy this Magikarp. It's a pretty cheap one, and let's buy a Carp or a Dragon type egg group breeder to match. So we're gonna go male here. We're gonna get rid of one of these 31s because you only need a 2x31, and this is where you kind of have to like search around like this to see which is cheaper. So we saw that one for 38k, but this one for 35k. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and pick this one up for 35k. Let's go ahead and get our braces, and we'll start the breed. So I paid 32k. Let's get the Windows calculator up actually. Alright, the Windows calculator is a great way to show you guys how much I spent on the breed and how much profit we made. So we spent 32k for the one breeder plus 35 for the other. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the two braces as well. That's going to be plus 20k. And then we are going to end up paying 5k for the gender. So let's go ahead and pick up these braces really quick. I believe we're going to need what? HP brace and speed? HP and speed. Looks pretty good. Speed, HP. Let's head over to the daycare man. Now here we are, Magikarps in the guy. Make sure to put the braces on the correct Pokemon. That's a really quick way to lose a lot of money. Definitely a super common mistake that just happens to the best of us. We've all done it, once or twice. So let's go ahead and click breed. We're gonna click yes, and then we are gonna say yes. Let me select my gender. Let me do male because males usually do go for more Pokeyen because people want to breed the Magikarp with a better, like high quality species like Gibble or a more desired dragon type Pokemon. So we're going to add plus 5k to that. And then once this thing, we paid 92k for this. Once this thing hatches, that'll be a nice, what was it, 106k for the cheapest one? That's like what? I'm terrible at math. 108k. 106k. Let's just really make sure I don't make any mistakes. Minus 92k. That's 14k profit. Super quick, just like that. Obviously you have to wait for the egg to hatch. That's the main thing. But while you're waiting for that egg to hatch, you can go ahead and just start other breeds and just breed more Magikarp. You could really do this really efficiently. It is important to diversify your Pokemon. You don't want to breed 100, 3x31 Magikarps because then there will be too much supply and the demand won't be able to keep up. So please, if you're ever breeding for profit, do try to mix it up. But I do think there's a lot of room for profit in the Magikarp market. Now, let's try something else. Let's try to make a 4x31 Magikarp. So this one is a little more premeditated. I have actually planned out this breed by checking out the economy. So I can pick up this 3x31 Magikarp in HP, attack, and defense that also has 20 plus special defense, which is going to be relevant, and I'll show you why. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that one. Let me check out this one really quick so since these are the same price, I'm actually going to go ahead and buy this one because obviously this one has 5 higher special defense IV. So I'll show you why that's important in a quick sec because I'll show you the other breeder that I've scoped out. All right, now this is the other breeder that I've scoped out, this male one that's 3 times 31, and then it also has the 20 plus in special defense. So we're going to be able to have essentially a 4 times 31 plus the 20 plus and or 25 plus, hopefully if we get lucky, in that special defense stat, which is going to be super relevant. So let's get our Windows calculator back up to price check this. So we've spent 116k on the first breeder, and then I think 108k, I already forgot, 116k on that first breeder plus 100 and I think it was 6k on the second breeder. So we're at 222k total spent. So honestly, we've spent a decent amount so far, but we're going to be able to make a decent amount more profit, especially in comparison. We're spending more capital to have more profit essentially compared to the 3 times 31 breed. Let's go ahead and pick up a defense brace and a speed brace for this breed. That's going to add 20k to our total price check. I'll go ahead and do that really quick. Speed and defense brace. All right, now heading over to the daycare guy, this is what our breed looks like. So it's going to come out a 4 times 31 really nice Magikarp with the 20 plus special defense, which is the least important stat. So honestly, that's the best stat to have that 20 plus on. Now, it is really important to note, now this is where breeds start getting really profitable. If this Magikarp happens to come out Adamant or Jolly, we'll be looking at like 2 to 3 times our Pokeyen, like probably 2 times, a ton of Pokeyen. If this comes out neutral nature or like a bad nature, it's still going to be a huge profit, and I'll show you guys that on the GTL in a quick sec. But man, if this comes out Adamant or Jolly, that's where you see your huge profits, is when you randomly roll a really beneficial nature for that Pokemon. But to show you guys the kind of profits we'll be making on this breed, minimum we'll be making around, what is that, 22k, 24k Pokeyen profit. This is the cheapest 4 times 31 with those stats on the GTL. But most importantly, let's add that 20 plus, because that 20 plus is super relevant here. This is obviously a Jolly Gyarados, so this might not be super comparable to ours, and it's competitive in EV Train, but we could probably list ours for around 280k, maybe 270k. I think that's a fair sort of margin. So we're looking for like 30 to 40k profit, I'd say, maybe like 25 to 40, a little bit bigger of a range, 25 to 40k profit on this breed. Let's go ahead and go through with it to make sure we're not wasting too much time. We want to get those eggs going and hatching. That's probably one of the most important things about this. I am going to go ahead and actually make sure to pay for it to be male, because that's what we want. So we're going to add plus 5k to this price check. There we go. All right, now our first egg hatched. It came out modest nature, which isn't, good, obviously, but isn't really relevant. We can go ahead and sell this thing for 106k and make that 14k profit we were talking about. Now, obviously, the listing fee does come into practice, so we do have to kind of factor that in, which is going to make our profits a lot less. Now, the important thing is to note that if we were to continue this breed, if we were to take this 3 times Magikarp, 3 times 31, and breed with another 3 times 31 and make that 4 times 31, that's when you really start steamrolling your profits. When you start from a low IV and continue to breed it up, your profit will become exponentially more and more, and that's something really important to keep in mind. If you take, I think it's like 16 1 times 31s, I forget the exact number, someone could correct me in the comments. It's like 16 or so 1 times 31s, and if you take all of them and breed them all together, you can make like a 5 times or 6 times 31. That's how you can make some of the best profit in PokeMMO breeding, and I think some of the best profit margins for that revolve around the Magikarp economy. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and just sell off this Magikarp and take that short-term profit. But once again, it might be more beneficial to take the long-term method, especially if you're coming from a lower capital. It's nice to squeeze out every little bit of Pokeyen you can. Now, it looks like just in time, our second Magikarp hatched. We're really hoping for a good nature here. A good nature here could mean really huge profits, so wish me luck. Docile nature unfortunately doesn't add to our profit, but this should still be a really nice Magikarp to sell, and I think we made a lot more profit on this one. The higher IVs you go up, usually you make more profit unless you reach that 6 times 31 area. Now that's the dangerous one. You end up not making much profit, if not losing money there, because not many people need 6 times 31 breeders. It's usually you don't do that. Usually it's like to randomly reroll nature, and that's super expensive. So people usually only look for 6 times 31 Pokemon that either have the nature they want to rebreed it onto something, or for like a ready-made comp. Now, if you have a docile 6 times 31 Magikarp, that's an awkward position to be in. That's not very useful. I really wouldn't breed past, once you get past like 4 times 31, you could kind of breed 5 times 31s, but even then you really need to be careful with the natures. Things get complicated. I wouldn't really recommend breeding past 4 times 31 for probably most people. Alright, now looking at the GTL for similar Pokemon, there's this Bagon that's 350k. That is pretty similar, but I think it's pretty overpriced, and there's a reason it's been listed for around 3 days. I'm going to go ahead and lower and get a more accurate price check like I did before, lower that to 20, and we see a lot more comparable stuff. We see this Gyarados, which is 300k, which this Gyarados is honestly a pretty fair price. I think we probably should base our price based off that. Bagon's the more like desired species. Same with Gibble. I think this Magikarp would sell super easily for 280k, and that's kind of what I'm thinking it as. I think you could honestly maybe go 300k on it, but actually, where's the cheapest male? There's not a single male on this page. So honestly, there's no real options for breeders. That's interesting. There's no real options for breeders on this page. So I might even be able, dude, I could maybe squeeze like 350k out of this. It's kind of aggressive, and it might take a while to sell, but there's just no male breeders until there's no 4 times 31 males with these stats. That is really shocking. What if I were to check without the 20? So we do see some males obviously, but they're missing that 20 IV. And if someone has like a female with the nature and they want to breed it over, this one's 300k. I think I'm just gonna stick to that. I think I'm gonna go 2999. I think that's the most fair price. I might be able to squeeze 350 out of this if I really waited. I genuinely think it would sell just because the lack of options in the economy. But I'm gonna sell this for 300k. Remember, we spent 247k to make it plus the listing fee, so I'm going to actually add that because it's a pretty reasonable listing fee, so it's important. So we're going to end up making, 38k profit on this, and this was it took maybe like 7 minutes. Like, it's like 5 minutes for the egg to hatch. With Flame Body, it's a little faster. The main thing is just egg hatching. And you can do that. You can, like, start other breeds and start making other money while doing that. It really just takes, like, 2 to 3 minutes to find the good deals, to search through the GTL, and to find the bracers. You can make, like, a lot of money per hour doing this, but it's just scary because you don't want to make mistakes while breeding. So that's the important thing. One of the most difficult things with breeding is finding what pace works for you, and sort of slowly just like getting faster and faster at making different breeds and setting up different breeds. It's obviously really nice to have like 5 eggs in your inventory if you can get up to that, but you just don't want to be making mistakes. So play it safe, make sure you work up to that pace. But that pretty much should wrap things up for this video. Hopefully you guys understood the point, understand like the money making method behind this. It's really important to abuse markets when if you think Magikarp are really cheap, a good way to make money off that is not by fishing Magikarp, but actually buying those cheap Magikarp to breed them for other Pokemon. I think it's a really great way to show this. If you guys enjoyed this video and it helps you, make sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out a ton with the algorithm. It's just a free way to support. If you want to keep up to date with PokeMMO content and see more money-making methods, PvP guides, or just guides in general about the game, or just be entertained, make sure to subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO uploads. Also, check out the Discord link down below if you want to join a really cool community and just have access to a ton of resources on this game to really learn really fast. And then finally, if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, it's never needed or never required, but it is appreciated if my content has either entertained you enough or informed you enough and you find it worth your time and worthwhile. It is nice to go above and beyond and become a YouTube member for $5 a month. Drop a Twitch Prime or a Twitch sub over on my Twitch, or hit up my PayPal or Venmo, which are linked down below. I appreciate anything, and I appreciate your guys' time. Have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. Yo, what's up? Thank you guys so much for watching till the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If your name is on this list, you actually go above and beyond and support my channel in ways I could never thank you for enough. All the YouTube members, Twitch primers, Twitch subscribers, and anyone else who just donates and supports the channel, I truly thank you. You allow me to make content like this every day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.